Australia is warning America of coming lockdowns and fascism. There, I said it. Let's go over the literal fascism going on in the democratic island continent and why we must stop giving up our rights immediately. That's now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's Conversation.
All right, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, click those likes. Let's see the hearts popping up. Type in your comments. Let us know where you're checking in from, too, so we can find out how your freedoms are doing in your neck of the woods. But definitely help us out by sharing this video right now in your timelines or your groups. Helps with that shadow ban that they got us over, because big tech doesn't like this talk. All right, so fascism. It is defined as a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation above the individual and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leadership, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition. Sounding familiar, right? In other words, one person deciding what is right and what is wrong, not putting anything up for vote by elected officials creating actual laws, but just one person in power deciding to make a mandate and tell you how to run business, media, and your life. And if you do not comply, men with guns will literally try and stop you. Literally. You know, a little history lesson, Benito Mussolini of Italy. Remember Benito with that big jawline? He's the founder of the fascist party. Yeah, by the way, before becoming the dictator known as Il Duce, he was a journalist and ran a media company. Sounding familiar, right? Yeah, take some notes. But let's talk about now. As of today in Australia, out of every 1,000 China virus tests, 997 are negative. That's a positive rate of 0.3%. Let me say that again. 0.3% test positive. And here in the States, as the CDC reports, in all over a 99.9 survival rates. Look at that. So if you catch the Kung Fu flu, the odds are amazing. We humans are strong species, especially if we do our daily dose of vitamins like zinc, vitamin D3, all right, vitamin C, magnesium, multivitamin, an apple cider vinegar gummy with if you need. If you can't take the taste, go ahead, take a screenshot of this. Always ask your doctor, your personal doctor, before putting or injecting anything into your body. Your body, your choice, remember? So, okay, with all that being said, Australia, they're warning us. Check this out. A democracy, is now acting like a socialist, communist, Marxist, and fascist nation. And if we don't stop giving up our rights, our actual God-given rights, it's going to get crazy. And I'm going to show you how. Because the Australian state's government have instituted and enforced what are perhaps the world's strictest COVID lockdowns. Calling such lockdowns draconian doesn't even do this justice. The way that they have curtailed the liberties of every single resident, including those posing no health risk to others. Sydney is currently in the 9th week of its lockdown, in which individuals can be fined $5,000 for leaving their homes for even fewer reasons. And you know what happens when you don't pay a fine, right? Guys with guns come to your door to take you to jail. So the capital of Australia, that's Canberra, is also in lockdown with nearly every business closed. The whole city required to wear masks outside of their homes, whether indoors or outdoors, and granted a mere 1 hour of outdoor exercise per day. How nice. Thank you, Mother Government. Yeah, people cannot sit outside in public places and even by themselves, far from anyone else, without even being harassed by police or fined. Playgrounds are closed. Public parks are closed. Nature reserves are closed. Beaches are closed. All that vitamin D, you can't get none. In both Sydney and Melbourne, a curfew is in effect. Citizens cannot be out of their homes after 9 p.m. or before 5 a.m. for any reason. Hey, I need to go to the hospital. Nope, call the ambulance. They'll come to you. You can't leave. But what if they do? Watch how the now fascist-like Australian media reports on how teens get arrested for breaking curfew.
It's those doing the wrong thing driving our record case numbers.
There's little
It's those doing the wrong things.
sympathy for anyone ignoring the health orders.
Ignoring health orders, not health laws, health orders.
Even this group of teenagers caught partying after dark at the bottom of the North Bondi Cliffs.
For those who aren't watching the video, these are teens who were caught partying outside and now being put in handcuffs. You know how they were caught? Helicopters came, shined their spotlight on the teens partying. That's effing crazy.
Herded to higher ground by Polaire's spotlight and speaker, the 8 boys were placed in handcuffs and left to explain a $1,000 fine to mum.
You see how their media is pulling at the heartstrings? Because they couldn't follow an order, not a law, they couldn't follow an order from the boss. One person, Il Duce. You're going to jail and you're paying a fine. You're getting arrested. We're going to send the helicopters after you.
681 penalty infringement notices issued in the
With a 0.3% COVID rate.
last 24 hours. More than 400 of those notices were again for people being outside of their home without a reasonable excuse.
It's getting
Without reasonable excuse, you can't go outside your house, said government. Can't go outside your doors. Sorry.
harder and harder to hide if you're doing the wrong thing.
Listen to this media. It's getting harder and harder to hide for not doing the right thing. Bad. Stay inside. No, that's not laws. Wasn't voted on or anything. This is just something that was signed by one person. Sounds familiar yet, America? Because it's coming.
Especially in the construction industry.
Oh, work.
A crackdown following on from the recent shutdown. Workers sent home if their paperwork isn't in check.
What? Are the papers in order? No. Come with me.
It is a struggle, but it's
Oh, listen to the boss. Listen to the boss. This pisses me off. Watch.
you know, it's just what has to be done. Like, nobody likes telling people to go home. They've all got families to feed.
Our cameras rolling on another random blitz in Marsden Park.
Authorising me under the Public Health Act.
Inspectors have asked these tradesmen to show proof of their QR check-in as well as identification and vaccination.
I wonder if they checked the news lady broadcasting on site, if she had her papers in order.
Records. One of the men here is from Campsie and he doesn't have his documentation, so he's being sent home. He may lose a chunk of his pay too if officers follow through with a fine. Tiffany Genders, 9 News.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But this is all your fault. All of it's your fault for not standing up. Media lady, for reading a script that is deliberate propaganda on what is right and what is wrong. Not what is legal and not legal. Not what is your legal civil liberties. It's disgusting. And here, okay, in the States, sounds very familiar, right? And hey, the cop arresting the teen. I am all for back in the blue. But the cop arresting the teen for breaking a mandate, not a law, shame on you for just following the orders. The chief of police, shame on you for disregarding your pledge to defend your Constitution. Again, America, is it sounding familiar? And the boss of the worker, disgusting. Just saying, hey, gotta do what is right, I guess. You bending over and letting one authoritarian to tell you who can or cannot work for you is illegal even in your federation's constitution. Grow a pair. Fight for your rights. Man, back in my construction days, if that was my foreman, we would have a nice little talk afterwards. And that goes for you too, worker. You are being sent home by a uniformed man with a gun who just handed you a $1,000 fine because you're not carrying your private medical records. Read up on your God-given rights. They are structured from ours. Hey, America, it's sounding familiar, right? But wait, there's more. What if you traveled from one province to another? Or let's replace province. What if you traveled from one state to another? For whatever reason. Medical, you wanted to visit family, work. When you came home, would you have to put a sign on your house whether or not you have a sickness or not?
9 News can reveal COVID-19 quarantine signs must now be placed on the front doors of homes in South Australia,
marking your homes,
where returned travellers are isolating for 2 weeks. Harvey,
without even being tested, all because they traveled. Say you're living on the Tennessee border of Kentucky, okay? You live in Clarksville, Tennessee, beautiful city, 250,000 people. You got a gig at the Oak Grove Casino on Wednesdays. Hey, you just traveled across state lines. Well, now you have to be quarantined for 14 days, and you have to put a sign in front of your house saying that you're quarantining for 14 days. Well, guess what? I miss my weekly gig now. Now I got no money.
Biggs has the exclusive details for us. Now, Harvey, basically authorities hope that this will add another layer of protection.
Oh, this News 9 propaganda machine is disgusting. Security.
They do, Kate, and I can show you what these signs look like. They are a clear warning to anyone that those inside...
that you got to put in front of your house like it's a friggin' campaign poster. Look at that. You got to be kidding me. Australia, you let it all happen. This is all your fault. America, this will be you if you do not stand up for your own liberties and your own rights.
Are completing their 14 days of isolation, and it will help mitigate the risk to potential visitors like mail and food delivery providers. But it's also hoped to provide another layer of security.
Yeah, all in the name of security. Government will physically mark your home if you leave it. Keep complying, America. It's coming. It's coming. What happens if you leave your home, whether you are sick or not?
Went to a home in southwest Sydney yesterday morning and found a person that should be there, wasn't there. They made a number of inquiries and not that long after, that person returned to the front of the house in a motor vehicle. That person was spoken to by police and ADF, was issued a penalty infringement notice, stated that he'd hopped in his car and went out for some fresh air and hadn't been anywhere else. But the point is that if you are going to behave like this, yesterday over 2,300 houses visited. If you're going to behave like this, if you're going to step outside the health orders, you will be checked on and you will get an infringement notice, and that person will continue to be checked on and make sure that they comply. Make sure that they comply. Make sure that they comply.
Make sure that they comply. I don't care if he sounds like Ricky Gervais. This is fascism. If you are for this, you are a fascist. The one who has been calling me fascist for months, you're the fascist. You want one government official mandating how you live your life. Man, you have not been charged. Man, I can't. But I'll tell you what. Yeah, not convicted of a crime. Okay? Yet the police will make you stay in your home. And if you don't, pay us money. And if you don't pay us money, you'll be thrown in jail. Guys with guns will literally come to your house and throw you in jail. That's how it works for leaving your house. I know you know of someone that thinks that this is okay. But here in the States, I'm telling you, if you don't stand up now, this is coming. This is coming. Don't be distracted. I know there's a lot of news stories going on right now. I know we can be talking about Afghanistan. We spent a lot of time on it last week. But I'm telling you, it's on the way. So, the police will look for you. Make sure that you are in your home, not able to work. Go to the grocery store. Get that free hour of outdoor exercise that they promised. Yeah. But what about businesses? Somebody's got to work to pay taxes to enable government support checks, to dangle in front of the heads of the sheep. Well, check out how the police, the Australian undercover cops are checking on locally owned businesses and owners and making sure that they are complying. His business is deemed non-essential. Non-essential. Tell that to his family. Okay? The cops literally pushed through the door to get into the guy's business. He opened the door. Who are you? The guy closed the door. I don't care if they say police or not. Again, cops, I love you. But if you start forgetting the fact that you raised your right hand, such as I and so many others, took that oath of office to defend the Constitution, F you. F you, man. Woman, whatever you identify as, Ann.
Into a shop.
Just so you know,
Just so you know,
this is recording. Okay?
Saying, you just forced yourself in a shop.
No, we just need to give you some paperwork and talk to you briefly. Okay?
You just
Let us give you some paperwork. Well, okay? It's coming.
forced yourself into a shop. You did force yourself into a shop.
You opened the door for us.
You opened the door for us, and
No.
you can stop us from coming in, mate.
Okay, so I'm giving you a direction, an official direction.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because this is not one of the shops that are allowed to be open during this restriction period, okay?
Oh, you're not essential. One person in charge said that you are not essential. That's all it took was one signature from a mandate. These are not laws. These are mandates.
Now I'm giving you a direction that the shop needs to close.
You've just
Sorry, you haven't been checking vaccines for people coming in. Here's your paperwork. Sorry, you're letting people in here without masks. Here's your paperwork. You know what that paperwork is, right? Pay us. It's the biggest mob scam I've ever seen. I've seen plenty of it back home. This is on the largest scale I've ever seen. Global.
forced yourself in a shop. You pushed me backwards. I've got film right there.
Failure to do so is an $11,000 fine, and continuation of the offence is $5,500 per day.
Do you understand? Do you understand? You're on film. I've got you pushing me backwards into my shop. Do you understand that?
Do you understand what we're saying?
Do you understand what we're saying?
Please leave.
Can you tell us your name?
It's fine.
Are you going to tell us your name? No? I'll just explain to you. The Minister directs that retail premises must not be open to members of the public in Greater Sydney, now includes Newcastle and the Hunter region, except for the following retail premises: supermarkets, grocery shops, including neighbourhood supermarkets and neighbourhood shops, shops that predominantly sell food or drinks, example. This includes butchers, bakeries, fruit shops and delicatessens, but does not include restaurants or cafes, chemists and pharmacies, kiosks, shops that predominantly sell any of the following in the course of the normal operation of the shop: office supplies, pet supplies, newspapers, magazines and stationery, alcohol, maternity and
Alcohol!
baby supplies, medical or pharmaceutical supplies, food.
So yeah, if you sell alcohol, keep these people drunk. Keep their minds numb. Keep them lethargic. Don't let them think clearly.
Food and drink premises, but only as permitted under
And don't get me wrong, I love a good glass. Bay knows that. He saw that the other day, but forget about him. It's unreal. It's unreal. That's what's happening in Australia. A democracy. Because the people said, okay, we'll do whatever you want, mama. It's going to happen here if you don't stand up and if you do not comply. All right, so what if you do comply? What if you say, okay, fascist, let's try it your way. No voting on laws, just all executive orders made by one authoritarian. Well, then we can go back to normal, right?
World, even if we had 0 cases and we were at 80% double dose, you would still have to respect some rules that exist around vaccinations, around social distancing, around mask wearing. So long as Delta and deadly COVID is around, we will always need to live with a measure of restriction.
Really? Even if 0 cases? 0 cases! That's the state premier, New South Wales in Australia. She openly admits that restrictions on work, movement, life, vaccinations, mask mandates, even with 0 cases and 80% of people double vaccinated with the Fauci ouchie, yeah, still got to do it. Sorry. You don't give them power. They will never want to give it back. America, do not give anyone your rights that so many, like myself, my brothers and sisters in arms, fought very hard for. Many have died for. This is the textbook definition of fascism. Are you a fascist? At least the kids are safe, right? The kids. This one gets me every time. At least this only affects adults, not children. Wait, what? Did they really just say they are going to vaccinate children in a stadium without parents being allowed to be with them, barring them while it's all happening? That's right, America. Keep giving up like the Australians.
If you will, to a guy called Brad Hazard, well, a very fabulous Australian name. He's the Australian Health Minister, telling the people of New South Wales that they're going to herd 24,000 children into a sports stadium to be jabbed, and their parents will not be allowed in.
I want to stress that to the mums and dads, your children will be well looked after inside when they arrive. They'll be literally ushered. We'll have nurses, we'll have some of the youth command, we'll have some of the young police from the various...
Young police, we'll have... Yes, don't worry, it'll be very nice people in there. Just drop off your kids. We'll take care of it from here.
Operations within police there, just to guide them through as to where they go. They'll be looked after every moment inside the stadium, and they'll be well cared for. So mums and dads feel secure. We've got about 24,000 students we're aiming to get through next week. The messages will come out this week.
Line them up. Jab them.
And the opportunity is there, but really you've got to take it, grasp it with both hands. I know if you talk to any of our Olympians, they'll tell you, you just got to grasp opportunity, and this is an opportunity, so don't waste it.
Yeah, come meet the Olympians. Come meet the Olympians as we jab. Damn, people. It's coming. Speaking of child separation, okay, what happens if your child, again, who has a 99.997% survival rate of this, does get a case of communist China virus? Well, they get physically ripped out of your arms at the hospital as police officers with guns tackle you to the ground. Telling you, America, it's already happening over there. Stop complying. Stop giving up your rights. Stand up for your civil liberties that so many of us have fought for. The hell are you doing? It's insulting. It's insulting. If any of this, I don't know, if any of this is okay with you, you're a fascist. This is fascist control in the name of safety to a virus that has literally killed less people than car crashes. Man, I'll tell you what, if this is you, and I hope you're ready for what's about to happen, I swear to God, Do not go to war with someone who has been to war. But there is hope. There is hope in Australia, which maybe gives me a little hope too. As now perhaps enough is enough, and hundreds of thousands have taken to the streets to say no more.
Gathered at the CBD to express their frustration at this current lockdown. And there you go. We have some protesters there trying to break through the police line. We've got mounted police also trying to stop the demonstration from going ahead.
Wait until I show you after the break. Wait till I show you the police video of making it illegal to protest. It's all coming. But let's see more of the people saying no more.
If you remember similar pictures a month ago when there were similar lockdown protests in Sydney, in Melbourne, in Brisbane as well.
From the street view. I'm telling you, go out and protest. That is your God-given right to peacefully assemble. And if they don't allow it, you move forward. You move forward. If they don't give you a permit, you go peacefully protest.
The appeal.
We will not comply. Say it now. Before it turns into millions of freedom-loving Americans taking to the streets and say no more. I'm just trying to prevent something from happening. Something before it's too late. It's almost already too late. The skirmishes are happening. See what happened in Portland this past weekend? Yeah. You had the Antifas who stand for anti-fascism, which is supporting fascism. But the people are standing up here too. What are your thoughts on it all? Type in your comments. Give us a like. Make sure to share this video and subscribe to the channel. But coming up, let's go over the comments. Let's discuss it all with our panel. We got Bay, we got Adam Glexy, and you, the viewer and listener, as we go over how not to comply. Plus, what does it look like by not complying? I'm talking about masks. I'm talking about vaccines, lockdowns, the whole bit. In reality, what does it look like how not to comply here in the U.S.? So we'll go over that. Plus, let us know what area you are in and what does your freedom look like over there. That's all next on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Smartphones. These pocket wonder machines are great for things like never having a moment of quiet.
Is that Seth?
And Instagram.
I look so good in this one.
But not so much when it comes to telling your customers everything your business can do for them. Well, that's a problem. But a lot of Clarksville and Fort Campbell area businesses have burned thousands in cash running fancy, pocket-sized ads just so Brittany here can ignore them too.
Thanks, Daddy, for letting me take the Lexus.
For 14 years, smart business owners have relied on Wiz Advertising's proven 6-step method to get their full message across to their customers. Learn more at wizads.com. That's WHIZZADS.com.
Dad, you're embarrassing me.
This is Lawyer Wayne. Check me out at lawyerwayne.com and check me out on TikTok at Lawyer Wayne. You're listening to the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
You know what I can't stand? When you have people in Clarksville saying that there is nothing to do. Not for nothing, you couldn't be any more wrong. And obviously, you've never been to O'Connor's Irish Pub. Right off of Exit 1. It's like an adult daycare center. I mean, you go inside, you got the food, you got the drinks, okay? You got the DJ, you got the stage, you got the live music, the whole bit. It's fantastic. They got pool tables in the back, dartboards, video games, UFC main events. Oh, and outside, they got the cornhole boards. They got the outdoor tiki bar. They got the outdoor DJ party. They got this huge, massive stage where they bring in the big names like Greta Van Fleet. There's always something to do in Clarksville. O'Connor's Irish Pub, Exit 1.
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.
All right, then we're back. Thank you, O'Connor's. Good people over there. O'Connor's had a ping pong tournament competition over there not too long ago, and I don't know if I won or lost, but I did pretty good. Bay, you good at ping pong?
I'm all right.
Yeah. You want a challenge?
I played you before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I win?
Played ping pong. And
yeah,
ding
you
dang.
won.
Okay. All right. Good.
But
you know what? I've barely played ping pong. I played it once.
You couldn't believe the way that I was playing though.
Where do we play?
We played at the Nesto.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I'm better at beer pong. That's what I'm better at. Not ping pong, but beer pong.
But I am the King Kong of ping pong, and if I play you, I'm going to make you look like a ding dong.
There it is.
All right, so let's go over the comments and discuss it all with the panel. We got Bay, Adam Glexy, and you, the viewer and listener. So we're going to go over how not to comply. What does it look like? Plus, also let us know where you are and what does your freedoms look like over there. So that's all now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, click the like, leave your comments. Definitely help us out by sharing this video in your timelines or groups. Adam, going to you first. What do you make of Australia? What we're seeing over there?
I mean,
and can it happen here?
It sucks because realistically, yes, it could happen here.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that these people, these people that have their God-given right just taken away, like you said, by a mandate. It's not even a law. It's a mandate.
Right.
It's almost like a suggestion. It's almost like saying, we suggest you do that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not, a full law. It's not a government requirement.
And the fact that there's no timeline on these mandates.
None. There's none.
These executive orders, right? They got it under powers of emergency. And Bay, I mean, with the survival rate of 99.9%, and this is no longer a pandemic. This is an endemic. It's going to be sticking around.
Yeah.
Like the flu.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not going nowhere.
It's going to be sticking around, and we're gonna be living with it.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to be doing our best to live with it, and with a 99.97% survival rate, I think our odds are pretty good.
It's almost like, and it sucks because that's what we're focused on. It's almost like the flu is just gone.
Right.
No one even talks about the flu anymore.
That's a good point.
And someone had mentioned on there, and I want to get to
on
it.
The comments, yeah.
On the comments, it was really interesting. They had mentioned something about the Nuremberg trials. Now, I'm a big history nerd. Anybody who doesn't know about the Nuremberg trials, there were
fill us in.
Series of trials that happened after World War II. Pretty much.
Let me guess, in Nuremberg.
In Nuremberg, yes, there it is.
Got it.
But it was pretty much held as a trial. I believe for allies that brought in from the other side, from the Axis, asking them, and I guess they kept saying, we were just doing what we were told.
Just following orders, boss.
And it's sad because there are people over in those countries that will say that, and it's authoritative figures that are saying, we're just doing what we're told. Like that constable, whatever he was.
This freaking guy.
That guy just was terrible.
This freaking guy.
Do not comply. Do not comply.
Oh, my God.
It just upsets me.
And it's interesting, too, because, I mean, just following orders. But, again, you're not following the orders of that oath you took.
No.
Nope.
Defending the Constitution. And I'm finally glad to see the lawsuits that are happening. There's finally the lawsuits coming out against these forced vaccinations and forced mandates.
Yeah.
Especially out of New York, because New York City, Bill de Blasio is very tyrannical over there, if you will. Again, another authoritarian, socialist, fascist. Okay, this is fascism. And finally, the businesses are just like, listen, this is discrimination. You're violating people's rights, and they're lawyering up. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to a situation, lawyer up. Now, Adam, are you going through any type of, hey, you have to do this or else?
No. As of right now, no. I have not gotten through. I mean, even when I worked in law enforcement, they said you can or cannot get a vaccine if you want it. We were offering it to you, but you're not required to take it if you don't want to.
And that was in Montgomery County for Tennessee.
Yes.
All right.
So, and I don't know how it's changed since I've left there. I don't know if it's now required. I know some places I know the fiance's work is starting to lean towards the whole, maybe we should enforce it, but it's not required. I don't know. She's talked to me about it. But that's healthcare too. She works in healthcare. So it's like it's these big type of like government essential jobs like law enforcement, healthcare, first responders are the ones that are leaning towards like, well, maybe we should require our workers to get it.
Bay, out of that, all this stuff from Australia that we were watching, what stood out the most for you?
The father and the kid.
Oh,
Yes.
this
Yes.
this is crazy.
Heartbreaking.
This, like, so from what I understand, and I triple checked my sources of the other video, of course. You gotta, and so the kid tested positive, young kid, and so boom, bring the kid to the hospital. You let the parent go with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want to talk about separating children at borders? Huh. This is where's the outrage?
Good luck on that.
Look at this. Give me the kid. And guess what? We have cops here at the hospital in case you don't want to give me your kid.
That's just ridiculous.
Holy
That's just ridiculous.
And these cops
That kid won't trust the system.
Never.
After
No.
this.
Never.
Not after
Never.
this, no.
Never.
No.
Kid's done.
Yep.
Yeah, those nurses look real healthy, too. Why don't you cut down on some body mass, ma'am? I'm not fat shaming here. I'm saying, hey, when 78% of the hospitalizations of COVID are obese, let's work on reducing our body mass.
Mm-hmm.
You understand how it works, right? When you have less mass, okay? And believe me, I'm not fat shaming. You do you, but I'm going to do me. Sounds weird. But
that did sound weird.
But yeah, when you have less body mass, your body's able to attack things that's in it. It doesn't have all these other places that it has to focus on. That is not helping.
Yeah, it's the same with pre-existing conditions too. I mean, you can't help if someone's got pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the problem
That's right.
and that's the thing where you keep saying, see your doctor first. Like, just see your doctor first.
Not your doctor
before-
in Australia, though.
Not your doctor in Australia.
Not these doctors. But you're right. And the fact that, and you know what? I was watching, I like Trump. I like Trump a lot.
Yeah.
And what Trump was saying, I was watching he was in Alabama, and they were loving him. They were, yeah, Trump, woo. Then Trump was saying at the speech, hey, just go get the vaccine. It's safe. He was getting booed by the Alabama crowd. But tens of thousands came out to see him, and it was all cheers. And Trump goes, just get it safe, get it. Boo! I'm glad they did. I am so glad they did. So even a guy like Trump can understand, hey, you're not my doctor.
Yeah.
Yep.
You are not my medical physician.
You're a politician.
Believe you me. Hey, I'm glad you put this thing all forward with Operation Warp Speed and made an option. Thank you for creating an option. Let me have my options.
Let me have my options.
Thank you for being a politician.
Yes.
Instead of I want to be
government
doctor.
is, government officials are not healthcare officials.
No,
like
they're
none
not.
of them.
So him getting booed, I sat there and I'm smiling. I go, good. Because Trump, I love you.
Yeah.
I don't want you telling me what I should be taking in my body. Like take the vitamin things. I suggest taking these vitamins. They're perfect. They're perfect. You want a great immune system to fight off more than just the China virus? You want good vitamins. That is my option. I'm not saying go do vitamins or else.
No, they got.
Yeah, where's the mandate on vitamins?
They got apple cider vitamins.
Oh yeah, the apple cider vinegar with the mother gummies. Yeah.
I take the chewables. I love them. I love them.
See, I take the chewies, but I also do my shots of the liquid. But I put it in water and sip it. It when I want to drink at night, I drink that instead. And
like your wine went bad or something.
yeah. It gives me like, okay, it's kind of like. Ugh.
See, for me, like that's why I don't know if I would ever get the vaccines. I forgot the pre-existing hypertension, blood pressure, and the hyperthyroidism. Like it's in my family. It's like I don't know if I can get that because of that.
Well,
like with the blood pressure, how's that going to interact? That vaccine's going to interact with my blood pressure.
And my VA doctor, he goes, because we did you do your blood levels and everything, and he comes back, and he goes, Joe, dude, the vitamin levels in your blood, good for you, man. Good for you. And he goes, you know what? You keep doing you. You keep doing you. I said that to someone. They go, who's your doctor? I go, that's none of your damn business.
Yeah.
Right.
Who my personal doctor
Who's your
is?
personal doctor?
Yeah. Who's your gyno? Okay, ma'am.
Who's your plastic surgeon?
That's what I
Who's your
should have
plastic
said.
surgeon?
Right. Who your Botox doctor?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I should have said. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Chris Fadley, protest now to prevent losing control. Why in the world would you want to wait until they have full control?
True.
Maybe if they would have protested first, then they wouldn't be snatching kids from their parents. Chris, great point. You know what else is a good point to add to that? The gun laws in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are the laws over there?
All right. Here, let me pull it up because it's a lot more strict than what we have.
That's anywhere though.
Gun laws in Australia.
I was going to look it up too, Joe.
Okay. Our states and territories, right? Guns regulated by the federal government, right? Similar to ours, but here's the thing. We have so many people who get it, and you keep doing this. You keep putting policies and mandates out there. Have you seen the gun sales? Through the roof. Mm-hmm. There's an ammo shortage. I was trying to barter this past weekend.
It's been an ammo shortage for like a couple of years now.
Damn.
I mean, I've been trying to find 30-06 rounds for my dad back home, and I can't find any around town. None.
On that one.
That's how short we are on 30-06.
Nah, people are hoarding them.
Oh, yeah, no, they are.
Casey Bryant of local Clarksville sends a women's expo to require face masks. Rising COVID-19 cases lead organizers to require face masks for all attendees and vendors. Well, where's that at? Oh, of course, the Montgomery County Diversity Task Force.
What?
Yeah, along with the city of Clarksville and the Women of Clarksville Committee have determined that face masks will be required for attendees. You know, it's funny. On the side of the boxes of these face masks says, hey, we're not liable, and these things will not...
don't work 100%.
Damn. Yeah. Well, hey, have people not go to your event or show up. Show up. See what happens when this organization that's not a doctor requires you to wear a piece of medical equipment. Don't you understand? Face masks falls under medical equipment. They are not a doctor and cannot prescribe you medical gear. Mm-hmm. No shoes, no shirt, no service. No, shoes and shirts aren't medical equipment. Read the book, people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Show up. What are they going to do? Arrest you? What if you all show up without a mask? Are they going to arrest you all?
Give you a fine.
Don't go. Don't go if you're scared. But again, keep complying. Talk to these people. Inform these people. Tell them this is a piece of medical equipment. Tell them, hey, you know what? Show me the proof. Don't even argue science. Argue your absolute rights. Mm-hmm. Telling you got a much better chance. What's happening in Australia is just a precursor of what is on the way here. It hasn't happened like that here yet because so far we got enough people saying no. It's not enough, though. It's not enough. It's crazy.
I will say this about, I know how we talked about our men and women in military, our law enforcement. There was that video that I'm glad there are some good law enforcement officers out there. I can't remember where it came from, but I think it was like a captain or sheriff to his town in this in this meeting. That's how it went. You know, we don't answer to this government. We answer to you.
That's right.
And that gave me so much hope watching that there is still a little bit of a fight left in some people in this country.
You know what sucks with that, though? happened in Staten Island about this time a year ago. So, Bay, remember the videos we were going over, the Staten Island restaurant that refused to lock down because...
And he got arrested.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because the local cops in Staten Island were like, no, we get it, man. You do you, man. You're not breaking any constitutional laws. That's what we are here to uphold.
Mm-hmm.
So what did the governor do?
State police?
Called the state police.
Yeah.
And sent the state police in.
Mm-mm-mm.
And it was like, damn. Well, that governor's no longer in office right now, Cuomo.
Yeah. But that's why I like...
They took his Emmy away.
That's why I love local
They
law
took his Emmy back
enforcement.
today,
Local law enforcement in a town, like, they're good. They're good at heart.
Let me show you this one. How about this one? This Australian place goes to a hotel, and they forced a COVID test on the kid through the nose.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right. They forced the kid to take the COVID test through the nose. Physically. Take a look at this.
Unnecessary. Look at mommy. Look out.
Look at that kid's nose.
They use a knife to take the test? What the?
Unnecessary to do to children. Disgusting. Hotel quarantine in Australia.
Hotel
at
quarantine.
Live apartments. Terrible.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We need you to take this test. No? Okay. You're taking it anyway.
Jam it right up there. We don't care.
What else have I got in here? I got, let's see. How about this one? Where are you? Oh, yeah, the protesting. Here's what the cops put out about protesting.
To anybody planning to breach public health orders and attend an illegal mass gathering this weekend, our message is clear.
An illegal mass gathering. Illegal protest. Is it really illegal if there's no law? I'll tell you what. Put it for law. Put it up for vote. See what happens. Put it through Congress. Put it through the Senate. Put it at the executive level. If it makes it all the way to that point to be signed off. Notice it's not even going there. Notice in a year and a half of all of this, not once was it ever put in bill form to be debated and voted on.
Yep.
By elected officials. Coincidence? Nope. Give them power, they'll never give it up.
Don't do it. We cannot underestimate how dangerous you will be putting the New South Wales community into. It's no coincidence in my mind that 3 weeks ago when we had a similar gathering, that has not been a contribution to the fact that we now have an increased number of cases across, particularly Western Sydney.
Notice they don't give the numbers either.
No.
And notice they never talk about the death count.
Death count, no.
The death rate.
Police have previously indicated that we are not opposed to free speech.
Wait, what?
Come again?
We are absolutely opposed to a protest.
Then you're opposed to free speech.
Speech. That's yeah.
Stop BSing us, man. This is coming here. It's already here. We just got an infraction form of Australia.
Potentially jeopardises the freedom of the vast majority of the community who can...
That's right. Because it's not about the individual, it's about the overall. Bullshit.
It is.
Yeah.
So true.
Bullshit.
Because if they really cared.
But the Constitution says we the people. You're damn right, and I'm a person that makes up the people.
Yeah.
Continue to do the right thing.
Continue to do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Just, hey, do the right thing, okay? Be the right thing to do.
Also...
Sounds like a goddamn SNL skit.
Yeah.
Are absolutely opposed to a protest that allows people to gather, and in
I didn't mean to say goddamn, sorry.
doing so has the potential to risk the health and safety of the majority of the community.
So what do we
Then
call...
you wear your masks, you're vaccinated, you're good.
So what do we call the protests last year? Like those weren't illegal?
No, I know.
You got to put it on. You got to put the double standard on.
It's funny.
It just
there was I think it was a Denver Times or something like that called that's the Black Lives Matter protests last year were actually healthy. because it was people getting outside and getting vitamin D. Yet when anyone went to a Trump rally, super spreader.
Now you can't go outside now in Australia. Sorry.
Police, in monitoring that information, have planned a significant police response for this Saturday. There will be in excess of 1,000 police officers available. That will consist of specialist resources as well as general duties police.
Yeah, we see how that turned out, huh?
Gathered at the CBD to express their
1,000 officers versus 5,000 people.
As they spray, but they're like, no, enough is enough. No more. Stop complying.
Sorry, mate.
Go to that woman's thing. Don't wear a mask. Tell them it's sexist. Tell them they're racist. They're going to tell you that. Tell them they don't care. Tell them they are selfish. Who the F do they think they are? Who is that organization, a nonprofit, to tell you medical advice? Well, based on this and this. No, who the hell are you? Get the CDC down here to tell me. I don't need a piece of paper. Have a conversation. Talk to these people. Who are they to tell you to wear a piece of medical gear? All right. Before we get
Joe's getting to the jail. Joe's getting Joed up.
George is getting upset. Jerry. What else do I got? Oh, this is weird. So this is not edited. This is actual something coming. It's a news feed out of Australia. And for some reason, there's a clip that is inserted in the news feed that's not supposed to be there.
Well, let us see.
Maybe you can catch it.
Queensland Parliament.
And I swear,
State government announced
not doctored, I didn't touch it.
legislation today. It's in part due to the stabbing of a police dog during an arrest in Brisbane last year.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But, they're shooting dogs in Australia because people who were adopting these dogs because of the lockdowns now can't get to the dogs. And because they don't want to ship the dogs or let the people go to the dogs to pick them up and go back, they're shooting the dogs.
Yeah.
That's fascism.
Yeah.
That's fascists. Where's the protests?
Well, Peter.
Yeah, where's Peter?
Yeah.
Where's Peter?
Yeah.
So did you see that? There is some type of...
It was some type of mishap with somebody probably mixed the clips up together.
Because they got this audio stuff that, right?
Yeah.
Can't hear anything, and then all of a sudden, this clip...
The newscaster's face when they come back to her, though.
Yeah.
She's like, who videotaped my birthday party? Russ?
What do you think she says? Do you think she apologizes? Do you think she doesn't even recognize it?
No, she finishes the story.
Okay.
She doesn't acknowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, she just
finishes
rolling.
that story.
Let's see what happens.
Recent outages have shown how just one...
Professional.
Good Lord.
Right there, boy.
Unbelievable.
So professional.
Yeah.
Like Channel 5.
Damn.
Channel 5 would have laughed.
Yeah.
Hey, Australia is warning us. Australia is warning America on coming lockdowns and fascism.
Yeah.
So again, what are your thoughts on it all? Type in your comments. Give us a like and make sure to share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, thanks for the comments. Sorry we didn't get to them. Bay and Glexy, good conversations. Crazy. Crazy.
Yep.
But hey, again, do not comply. You don't have to. If you need help, send me a message on Facebook or an email, joepadularadio@gmail.com. If you want to become a subscriber for some special content and one-on-one stuff, just go to the Joe Padula Show Facebook page, see that subscription, be a part of the subscribe plan. All right, thanks for checking us out, and thank you for enabling us to have a conversation here on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.